They were bulletproof, beautiful, and built to last. These Japanese bikes weren't just reliable, they were legends on the road. And even now, decades later, we can't stop wishing they'd make a comeback. From commuter icons to high-revving beasts, these are the 15 most reliable old Japanese motorcycles we'd love to see roll out of the factory once again. Starting off at number 15, we have the rock-solid Yamaha XS650. Number 15, Yamaha XS650. This parallel twin powerhouse ran from 1970 to 1985, proving that sometimes the simplest designs are the most enduring. With its 654 cubic centimeter air-cooled engine pushing out around 53 horsepower, the XS650 wasn't the fastest bike on the block, but it was absolutely bulletproof. What made this machine so reliable? Pure mechanical simplicity. The vertical twin engine featured basic pushrod valve operation, points ignition, and carburation that any shade tree mechanic could service. No complicated electronics, no finicky fuel injection, just honest engineering that worked day after day. The engine's design was so robust that many examples are still running strong with over 100,000 miles on the odometer. The XS650's classic styling struck the perfect balance between British tradition and Japanese reliability. That teardrop tank, wire spoke wheels, and upright riding position gave it timeless appeal that still turns heads today. It became the foundation for countless custom builds, from cafe racers to choppers, because the platform was so solid and adaptable. We want this one back because modern motorcycling needs that perfect blend of simplicity, style, and unshakable reliability that the XS650 delivered so effortlessly. At number 14, we have the dependable Suzuki GS550. Number 14, Suzuki GS550. From 1977 to 1986, this middleweight delivered everything riders wanted: reasonable power, excellent fuel economy, and maintenance intervals you could set your calendar by. The 572 cubic centimeter inline 4 produced about 50 horsepower, making it perfect for both daily commuting and weekend adventures. The GS550's reliability came from Suzuki's conservative engineering approach. The DOHC 4-cylinder engine featured reliable chain cam drive, simple Mikuni carburetors, and robust internal components that could handle years of abuse. The electrical system was straightforward, the cooling was adequate, and the transmission shifted smoothly through 6 gears without drama. This bike earned its reputation as the thinking rider's choice. While others chased peak horsepower, the GS550 delivered consistent performance with minimal fuss. Its upright ergonomics made long rides comfortable, and the suspension provided a good balance between handling and comfort. The styling was clean and purposeful, without unnecessary flourishes. Parts availability remains decent today, and the GS550 has developed a cult following among vintage bike enthusiasts who appreciate its understated competence. We'd love to see a modern interpretation that maintains the original's focus on reliability and practicality over flashy performance numbers. At number 13, we have the economical Honda CB200T. Number 13, Honda CB200T. This little twin ran from 1974 to 1976, proving that reliability doesn't require displacement. With its 198 cubic centimeter parallel twin engine producing just 18 horsepower, the CB200T was never about speed. It was about getting there every single time you twisted the key. The CB200T's bulletproof reputation came from Honda's mastery of small displacement engines. The simple twin featured automatic cam chain tensioning, reliable electronic ignition, and carburation that rarely needed attention. The engine was so well balanced that it could rev happily all day without vibration or mechanical stress. What made this bike special was its role as the perfect entry point into motorcycling. The low seat height, lightweight, and gentle power delivery made it ideal for new riders, while the Honda reliability meant it wouldn't leave anyone stranded. The styling was clean and purposeful, with classic Honda proportions that looked right from every angle. We want this one back because the modern motorcycle market desperately needs an affordable, reliable entry-level bike that can introduce new riders to the joy of motorcycling without intimidation or complexity. At number 12, we have the smooth-running Kawasaki KZ650. Number 12, Kawasaki KZ650. From 1976 to 1983, this inline-4 established Kawasaki's reputation for building engines that could run forever with basic maintenance. The 652 cubic centimeter DOHC4 produced around 64 horsepower, delivering strong mid-range performance wrapped in a package that prioritized longevity over peak power. The KZ650's reliability stemmed from Kawasaki's conservative approach to engine tuning. Unlike some manufacturers who pushed their engines to the limit, Kawasaki built the KZ650 with substantial safety margins. The bottom end was overbuilt, the valve train was robust, and the cooling system was more than adequate. This resulted in an engine that could easily handle 50,000 plus miles with nothing more than regular oil changes and valve adjustments. The bike's styling was distinctly 70s, with clean lines and purposeful proportions that aged well. The riding position struck a good balance between sport and touring, making it comfortable for both daily commuting and longer trips. The 6-speed transmission was smooth and precise, adding to the overall sense of mechanical refinement. Part support remains reasonably good today, and the KZ650 has maintained a loyal following among riders who appreciate its blend of performance and reliability. We'd love to see a modern version that captures the original's philosophy of building bikes to last, rather than simply building them to impress on the spec sheet. Smash! Like if you love old Japanese motorcycles, and subscribe for more brutal breakdowns of the best Japanese motorcycle history. At number 11, we have the versatile Honda CB360. Number 11, Honda CB360. This parallel twin gem ran from 1974 to 1976, delivering the perfect combination of manageable power and Honda's legendary reliability. With its 356 cubic centimeter engine producing 34 horsepower, the CB360 hit the sweet spot for riders who wanted more performance than a smaller bike could offer without the complexity of a larger machine. The CB360's reputation for reliability came from Honda's mastery of twin-cylinder engine design. The 360-degree crankshaft, reliable breaker point ignition, and simple carburetor setup meant that routine maintenance was straightforward and breakdowns were rare. The engine was smooth, rev-happy, and delivered its power in a linear, predictable manner that made it ideal for both experienced and novice riders. What set the CB360 apart was its perfect size and proportions. It was light enough to be manageable in traffic, powerful enough to keep up on highways, and stylish enough to turn heads. The classic Honda styling with its clean lines and well-balanced proportions created a timeless look that still appears modern today. We want this class of bike back because it represents the ideal balance of performance, reliability, and accessibility that made motorcycling special. At number 10, we have the legendary Yamaha RD350. Number 10, Yamaha RD350. From 1973 to 1975 in the US market, this two-stroke screamer proved that reliability and performance could coexist in a lightweight package. The 347 cubic centimeter parallel twin two-stroke engine produced around 39 horsepower, but it was the way it delivered that power, with a distinctive bark and immediate throttle response, that made it unforgettable. The RD350's reliability came from Yamaha's expertise with two-stroke technology. The engine was simple, with few moving parts compared to four strokes. The electronic ignition was dependable, the auto-lube oil injection system eliminated pre-mixing hassles, and the 6-speed transmission was smooth and precise. While two-strokes require more frequent maintenance, the RD350 systems were designed to be user-friendly and robust. This bike became a cult classic because it offered genuine sport bike performance at an affordable price. The lightweight chassis, quick steering, and punchy engine made it a giant killer on twisty roads. The distinctive sound and smell of the two-stroke engine created an emotional connection that four-strokes couldn't match. We want this one back because modern motorcycling has lost the immediate visceral connection that two-strokes provided. In an era of electronic everything, the RD350's simplicity and character represent everything we miss about classic motorcycles. At number 9, we have the innovative Honda CX500. Number 9. Honda CX500. This unusual machine ran from 1978 to 1982, proving that reliability could come in unexpected packages. The 497 cubic centimeter liquid-cooled V-twin was mounted longitudinally, featured push-rod valve operation, and drove the rear wheel through a shaft instead of a chain. It produced about 50 horsepower, but the CX500's reputation was built on its ability to run forever with minimal maintenance. The CX500 earned the nickname Plastic Maggot for its somewhat awkward styling, but underneath that controversial exterior was one of the most bulletproof engines Honda ever built. Like if you love old Japanese motorcycles, excellent and subscribe for more brutal breakdowns of the best Japanese motorcycle history. And the shaft drive meant no chain maintenance or adjustment. The pushrod valve train was nearly maintenance-free, and the electronic ignition was extremely reliable. What made this bike special was its role as a workhorse. Motorcycle couriers, police departments, and long-distance riders all gravitated toward the CX500 because it simply wouldn't quit. The comfortable riding position, adequate weather protection, and practical features made it perfect for real-world riding conditions. We want this one back because modern motorcycling needs bikes that prioritize practical reliability over flashy performance. Machines built for the real world rather than the showroom floor. At number 8, we have the mighty Suzuki GS1000. Number 8. Suzuki GS1000. From 1978 to 1981, this inline-4 superbike set the standard for combining raw power with everyday reliability. The 997 cubic centimeter DOHC engine produced around 87 horsepower, making it one of the most powerful production motorcycles of its era. Yet it maintained Suzuki's reputation for mechanical dependability. The GS1000's reliability came from Suzuki's approach of building strong rather than light. The engine cases were robust, the crankshaft was substantial, and the valve train was designed for longevity. The chain-driven cams were reliable, the Mikuni carburetors were well matched to the engine, and the electronic ignition eliminated points maintenance. This was a bike built to handle serious power without compromise. The GS1000 became legendary among drag racers and street riders alike because the engine could handle significant modifications while maintaining its basic reliability. The styling was purposeful and aggressive, with a muscular fuel tank and angular lines that suggested serious performance. The riding position was comfortable enough for touring, yet sporty enough for aggressive riding. Today, the GS1000 is considered one of the greatest Japanese superbikes ever built. We want this one back because it represents the perfect era when manufacturers built bikes with massive power potential and the mechanical strength to handle it reliably. At number 7, we have the refined Honda CB750F. Number 7, Honda CB750F. Running from 1979 to 1982, this evolution of the original CB750 formula combined proven reliability with improved performance and handling. The 748 cubic centimeter DOHC inline-4 produced about 67 horsepower, but it was the overall package refinement that made the F model special. The CB750F's reliability built upon Honda's years of experience with the CB750 platform. The DOHC engine featured automatic cam chain tensioning, reliable electronic ignition, and well-sorted carburation that rarely required attention. Honda had worked out all the bugs from the original design, resulting in an engine that was both more powerful and more reliable than its predecessor. What set the F model apart was its attention to the complete motorcycle experience. The Comstar wheels looked modern and required less maintenance than wire spokes, the suspension was better damped for improved handling, and the styling was more contemporary without losing the CB750's classic proportions. The riding position remained comfortable for long distances while being sporty enough for spirited riding. The CB750F represented Honda at its best, taking a proven formula and refining it to near perfection. Parts availability remains excellent, and the bike has maintained a strong following among riders who appreciate its blend of reliability, performance, and classic styling. We want this one back because it represents the ideal evolution of a classic design, proving that reliable doesn't have to mean boring. Smash! Like if you love old Japanese motorcycles and subscribe for more brutal breakdowns of the best Japanese motorcycle history. At number 6, we have the groundbreaking Kawasaki Z1. Number 6. Kawasaki Z1. From 1972 to 1975, this 903 cubic centimeter inline-4 superbike rewrote the rules for motorcycle performance and established Kawasaki's reputation for building fast, reliable machines. Producing around 82 horsepower, the Z1 was the most powerful production motorcycle of its time, yet it proved surprisingly dependable for such a performance-oriented machine. The Z1's reliability came from Kawasaki's decision to overbuild rather than push limits. The double overhead cam 4-cylinder engine featured a robust bottom end, well-designed oiling system, and conservative tuning that left substantial safety margins. The transmission was strong, the electrical system was reliable, and the overall build quality was exceptional for its era. This bike became an instant legend because it delivered genuine superbike performance with surprising everyday usability. The styling was aggressive and purposeful, with clean lines and perfect proportions that still look fantastic today. The Z1 proved that Japanese manufacturers could build motorcycles that were both faster and more reliable than their European competitors. We want this one back because it represents the perfect combination of groundbreaking performance and mechanical integrity. A bike that changed everything while proving Japanese reliability wasn't just for economy machines. At number 5, we have the jewel-like Honda CB400 Super 4. Number 5. Honda CB400 Super 4. While never officially sold in the US market, this bike ran in other markets from 1992 to 2008, representing Honda's philosophy of building small displacement machines to the same standards as their larger siblings. The 399 cubic centimeter inline-4 produced around 53 horsepower, but it was the exquisite engineering and build quality that made it special. The CB400SF's reliability was legendary, even by Honda standards. The VTEC-equipped 4-cylinder engine was a masterpiece of precision engineering, featuring gear-driven cams, immaculate build tolerances, and electronics that simply never failed. Every component was built to Honda's highest standards, resulting in a bike that could easily handle 50,000-plus miles with minimal maintenance. What made this bike extraordinary was its combination of sophisticated engineering and practical size. The 4-cylinder engine revved to 12,000 RPM with perfect smoothness. The handling was precise and confidence-inspiring, and the build quality was simply flawless. At number 4, we have the ahead-of-its-time Yamaha XJ650 Turbo. Number 4. Yamaha XJ650 Turbo. From 1982 to 1984, this forced induction pioneer proved that complex technology could be reliable when properly executed. The turbocharged 653 cubic centimeter inline-4 produced around 90 horsepower, making it one of the most powerful middleweights ever built, while maintaining Yamaha's reputation for dependability. The XJ650 Turbo's reliability came from Yamaha's careful engineering approach to forced induction. Rather than simply bolting a turbo onto an existing engine, they redesigned the power plant specifically for boost. The lower compression ratio, strengthened internals, and sophisticated engine management system worked together to create a remarkably reliable turbocharged motorcycle. This bike was revolutionary because it offered superbike performance from a middleweight platform. The turbo lag was minimal, the power delivery was smooth, and the overall package was far more sophisticated than anything else on the market. The styling was distinctly 80s with sharp angles and bold graphics that announced its high-tech nature. We want this one back because forced induction makes more sense than ever in today's environment-conscious world, and Yamaha proved it could be done reliably over 40 years ago. At number 3, we have the exotic Honda VF1000R. Number 3. Honda VF1000R. From 1984 to 1987, this homologation special represented Honda's commitment to building the ultimate V4 superbike. The 998 cubic centimeter liquid-cooled V4 produced around 122 horsepower in a package that combined race-bred technology with Honda's legendary reliability standards. The VF1000R's reliability came from Honda's racing experience and commitment to quality. Unlike the troubled early VF series, the 1000R featured gear-driven cams, improved cooling, and bulletproof bottom-end construction. Every component was built to the highest standards, from the sophisticated suspension to the precise fuel injection system. This was Honda proving they could build exotic superbikes without sacrificing their reputation for dependability. What made this bike legendary was its combination of cutting-edge technology and track-ready performance. The aluminum beam frame, full fairings, and race-derived ergonomics created a package that looked and performed like a factory racer. The V4 engine delivered smooth, linear power with a distinctive sound that was unmistakably Honda. We want this one back because it represents Honda's ability to build truly exotic machines without compromising the reliability that made them famous, something that seems impossible in today's market. Smash like if you love brutal breakdowns of the best Japanese motorcycles in history, and subscribe for more. At number 2, we have the revolutionary Suzuki GSX-R750. Number 2. Suzuki GSX-R750. From its 1985 introduction, this bike changed everything about what a production motorcycle could be. The original 749 cubic centimeter inline-4 produced around 100 horsepower in a package that weighed just 388 pounds, creating a power-to-weight ratio that was simply unprecedented for a street-legal machine. The original GSX-R750's reliability was remarkable considering its performance focus. Suzuki's oil-cooled engine design eliminated the complexity of a full liquid cooling system while providing adequate temperature control. The engine internals were robust despite the high-revving nature, and the chassis was both light and incredibly strong. This was a bike that could handle track duty while remaining reliable enough for street use. Today, the original GSX-R750 is considered one of the most important motorcycles ever built. It established the template for every superbike that followed and proved that reliability and extreme performance could coexist. We want this formula back because modern superbikes have become so complex and electronically dependent that they've lost the pure mechanical connection that made the original GSX-R so special. Taking the number 1 spot, we have the bike that started it all, the Honda CB750. Number 1. Honda CB750. From 1969 to 1978, this groundbreaking inline-4 didn't just change motorcycling, it created the template for every reliable, powerful motorcycle that followed. The 736 cubic centimeter SOHC engine produced around 67 horsepower, but its real significance was proving that Japanese manufacturers could build large displacement machines that were both powerful and dependable. The CB750's reliability was revolutionary for its time. While British and European bikes of the era were notorious for electrical problems, oil leaks, and mechanical failures, the Honda started every time, ran smoothly, and required only basic maintenance. The single overhead cam design was simple but effective. The electrical system actually worked, and the overall build quantity was simply superior to anything else available. What made the CB750 truly special was how it democratized motorcycle performance. Before its arrival, fast bikes were temperamental, expensive, and required constant attention. The CB750 proved that a motorcycle could be powerful, reliable, and affordable all at the same time. Its classic styling with clean lines and perfect proportions created a timeless look that still influences motorcycle design today. We want the CB750 back at number 1 because it represents everything we love about classic Japanese motorcycles: honest engineering, dependable operation, and the ability to deliver genuine motorcycle joy without drama or complexity. In an era of increasingly complex modern bikes, the CB750 reminds us that sometimes the best engineering is the simplest engineering, executed perfectly. Reliability never goes out of style, and these bikes proved it mile after mile. Whether you rode one, dreamed of one, or still keep one in our garage, these machines earned their place in motorcycling history. Which model do you want to see revived? Drop it in the comments and don't forget to like, subscribe, and share the nostalgia.